Hello and welcome back to Alignment Academy. If you're new here, I'm Kristen. I'm a corporate dropout turned spiritual mentor. I've been on the spiritual journey since I was 17 years old. I am so excited to be on the journey with you. If I've learned anything, it's that our soul is here to grow and evolve and heal. And the more I've healed, the more I've evolved and just had this magical life where I can manifest my dreams. I do what I love. And this is what I want for you too. So in Alignment Academy, we learn how to heal so that we can have exactly what we want in this life, which is happiness, joy, wholeness, and source all that love from within. If you found yourself here by accident or randomness, let this be your sign. This is your sign that it's not random. Nothing's random. Source God is conscious of everything all at once. And, I really believe that this podcast gets out to the people that it's meant for and are on the same frequency. So welcome, welcome, welcome. You can start at episode 1 or even episode 1 of season 2 or episode 1 of season 1 if you want to hear more about my journey and my story. That's a really good place to start. But today we're actually just doing a Q&A episode. I have a really beautiful community. I have a membership called Alignment Academy as well, but I also have a beautiful community online on Instagram and the podcast community. And I asked you guys, hey, what do you want to know? I want to do a Q&A episode. And you guys dropped in a whole bunch of questions. So I'm going to have my phone up because I want to be able to read the questions. And I'm just going to answer them the best I can. And hopefully we learn some stuff. And I'm excited to share some knowledge with you. This first question says, how do you allow yourself to shed or shift identities as needed, especially that last 5% or so? Asking for a friend. Hi, Michaela. I love you. Michaela's a past client. Here's the thing. I've shed more identities than I would like to say. Honestly, I feel like I'm really good at shedding. And I think that number one, you have to see, what are you attached to? Am I attaching to something? Am I scared? Am I having fear about something? And a lot of letting go or shedding identities is letting go. It's a lot of being in that unknown place where you can't control the next thing. And so I would say the way that I shed anxieties is I let go and I let go more. And I allow myself to be in this space where I don't quite know who I am. And not a lot of people talk about this space where you're not who you used to be. And you're also not that future version of yourself. You don't really know who you are. You feel like you're like that caterpillar, like you don't have your wings yet and you're goop. And I think it's such a beautiful explanation. When a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, they go into their cocoon and they literally turn into that goop. They're in that goop. They turn into goo and they don't know who they are. And what do you do when you're in that goop? You literally surrender. You wait. You practice. You think about, who do I need to be? And you be that person. And so I would say the way that you really shift is you let yourself be uncomfortable and you do the best you can and know that this is temporary, but you also need to it's like this balance between surrender and also action of, I'm going to surrender and allow myself to be here, but I'm also going to take action even though I'm not quite the person that I want to be yet, knowing that the action is actually going to be the thing that makes you into the person that you want to be. The second question is from Celia and says, how to really strengthen your willpower so you become unstoppable. The way that you strengthen your willpower is by practicing doing what you say you're going to do. I have such good willpower. When I say I'm going to do something, there's no doubt. There's not 1% doubt in my mind that I'm not going to do it. Like genuinely. When I say I'm going to do something, like I know I'm going to blow this podcast up, there's not 1% doubt that it's not going to happen. And the reason is because I practice what I say I'm going to do. Self-trust is built in small moments, not in big moments. It's built when you wake up and you go to the gym when you said you were going to. It's built when you make your bed when you say you're going to. It's built in these very, very small moments. And so is your willpower. If every single time you say you're going to go to the gym and you don't do it, do you think you're going to trust yourself? If you had a friend where every time you hung out or planned to hang out, they bailed, would you trust that friend? No, you wouldn't trust that friend. And it's the same with you. If you continue to say and make promises to yourself that you don't keep, you're not going to trust yourself. And self-trust is literally the basis of everything. It's literally the basis of everything. This next question says, are you enjoying Autobiography of a Yogi? It's such a long read. So I'm not going to lie, I'm not done with it yet. I'm probably on the last third of the book. And honestly, it's a very long, dense read, but I am fully in it. I'm at the part where I'm sat for this, I really want to know what happens. And the stories in there are so fucking wild. It's the craziest spiritual book I've ever read. The things that go on in there, it it almost seems like it's not real, but I am definitely enjoying it. I can't recommend Autobiography of a Yogi enough. If you feel called, I knew about that book for a while and I just wasn't ready and I didn't feel called. So if you don't feel called, like it's just not your time and it will call you. Yogananda's spirit is busy as hell, y'all. Like Yogananda, he was the guru that got Joe on the path, who got Michael Singer on the path. Like he's been weaved through my life so much. Like his spirit is so busy. And actually, I do want to tell you this story. So my mom was here this weekend when I'm recording all these podcasts, and I took her to SRF, which is Self-Realization Fellowship, which is Yogananda's church thing. It's not a church. It's like a place where you learn about his teachings. And he had so many good teachings in this sermon. But one of the things that there's two really beautiful parts that I want to share. Number one was we were talking about prayer, and they were saying how like when you have a sincere heart and you pray, your prayers are so much more potent and God hears your prayers. And I just thought that was a really beautiful moment where it's like, wow, like praying with a sincere heart is so important. Like just when you pray sincerely, when you pray and you're just like, God, hear me, and you have that sincerity. I don't know how to say it another way. It just like, it was a beautiful thing that I just felt like was a code. It was so simple, but it was like a code. And the other thing that they were saying was, they were telling the story of this guy, and I actually have it right here. It's so weird. My notes are open to this page. This guy is Eric, and he was blind and he wanted to summit Mount Everest. He was looking for someone to help him summit, someone who was willing, someone who has been and summited Mount Everest so many times that they knew exactly how to do it. They were confident in their ability to bring someone else to do it, and they were so knowledgeable about how to get there. The lady who was giving the sermon, they call her like a sister. The sister who was giving the sermon was saying, Eric, the guy that was blind, he knew he needed to find someone who's done it already. Yogananda, when he was looking for a guru, he was saying that like a lot of people in the West, they just think that like their yoga teacher is the guru, like, oh, I'm the guru. Like, I'm not a guru, right? When Yogananda was looking for his guru, he was looking for that same sort of thing, like someone who has reached enlightenment and can bring other people there, just like Eric. And that's kind of the story that they were kind of comparing it to, is like, if you're looking to get close to God, don't follow, your yoga teacher. Don't follow an Instagram girly, right? I'm not saying to follow me either. I'm saying go to someone who's enlightened, who's really, really done their work to be close to God. You can feel it. They're like in that God consciousness, and follow them, because that's what a guru is they know the path to enlightenment so well that they can bring other people there. It really just reminded me like how important it is to follow people who, have been there. And so I don't even know how I got on this topic. I know Autobiography of Yogi, but that's what I'm feeling to say. I love it. I love Yogananda's teachings. I can't recommend it enough. I literally have like all these books from Yogananda's temple like all over my house, and I just pick them up and read them whenever I feel called, because I have been working with the spirit of Yogananda a lot recently. If you're enjoying this episode, then I have a quick offer for you. I would love to gift you my free meditation, Release Anxiety and Trust the Universe. And this meditation has been so pivotal for me when I was going through my rock bottom, or when I'm going through a moment of uncertainty in my life. And I would love for you to try this meditation out absolutely free. All you have to do is rate the podcast 5 stars, go follow my podcast Instagram page at Alignment Academy Pod on Instagram, and then send me a screenshot of your 5-star rating or review, and I will send you the meditation, no strings attached. I can't wait for you to try it out. And now back to the episode. Do you have any advice for those who are deep feelers, empathic, how to not get derailed in your business? Yes, you're too much in your feminine energy. This is one of the things that I'm so good at teaching, is that business is not emotional. Business is simply business. And the more you put your feelings in it, the more doubt you're going to have, the more derails you're going to have, like the more you're just not going to be able to go on the path. Business is very masculine. And I want you to just like think about how men operate in business. Do you think when men are making business decisions, they're like, what is my mom going to think about this? What is my aunt going to think about this? Oh my God, I can tell my sister's judging me. No, they're just like, this is what needs to be done. And this is also why I'm so good at business, because I just lean a little bit more masculine, and I'm just really like, my energy is just innately more masculine, because it's that Aries energy. I'm an Aries. And so for you, what your guides are kind of showing me right now is that like you need to step more into your masculine in places that are not even about about business. Like even, I have an episode around masculine and feminine energy, and I really recommend you listen to that one. But like practicing being in your masculine is actually going to help you do that in business. A lot of times what we're not good at business, we need to work on outside of business. A lot of times business is just a mirror for our real life. Your boundaries are shit in your business. They're probably shit in real life. You can't be in your masculine energy in your business. You probably are not in your masculine energy in real life. So that's why business is a spiritual journey. It's the more you grow and what you learn to grow, the more your business grows. You need to learn how to make money. You probably need to step into your masculine. You probably need to feel worthy. It's all inner work that leads into the business. And that's why Alignment Academy is so good. Alignment Academy is my membership and my podcast, but my membership because it actually gives you the tools to do the inner work so you can step into your soul's purpose. So many of these people, like, I'm sorry guys, but like you being aware of your triggers is not healing your triggers. You know what I mean? Like you can be aware of your triggers. You can know your inner child wounds, but if you're not actually going in and reprogramming them, nothing is changing. And so you're sitting here like, I'm doing so much inner work. No, you're not. Inner work is actually reprogramming your unconscious mind and taking aligned action. If you're not doing that, you're not doing inner work. I'm sorry. And that's why I'm just like, I'm done with babying you guys, because if you really want to step into your highest timeline, me telling you to baby you is just not going to help you, right? So the truth is that you're either doing it or you're not. And if you're actually like aware of all these things and you've been aware, but you're not doing anything to heal them, like that's on you. You're not going to get anywhere in your life if you don't take radical responsibility for your life. Like no one really cares if you're unhappy. No one cares if you stay at your corporate job. Yes, everyone wants you to be happy. Your family wants you to be happy. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. And that's it. Where do you start with Joe Dispenza? There are so many. Do you use the Gaia app? I've never used the Gaia app. I would start with buying his progressive online course. And I buy all the meditations I use, I buy from his website. Just buy the real ones, the ones on YouTube or the ones on Spotify, all of them. Like a lot of times people are just doing that to make money, to make sales. Like they're not the actual real ones. I've tried to listen to a few of those and like, it's never the real one or there's ads. So just spend the money, guys. Like it's like $30. You're not going to die. Also, like if you are not comfortable investing in yourself spiritually, I really believe that where you put your money is what you value. So if you can go spend $30 on drinking, but you can't spend it on your personal growth, if you spend $70 on alcohol or, gross food, but you can't spend it on healing, it's like, that's on you. You just don't care that much. And you might say you care, but like, look, where are you putting your money? You put your money where your mouth is type thing, like $30 in the big scheme of things. People spend that on Starbucks. People spend that like all the time. For me, even like I've had to have real hard conversations with myself. Like, Kristen, you'll go put $2,000 down for a trip, but you don't want to spend it on this business program or something. Like, really, what do you value? Do you value your business? Okay, spend money on it. And so I'm having these hard conversations with you because I've had them with myself too. I'm not trying to be mean or, if you think I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to. This is who I am. I'm straight to the point. So if you want to be babied, I'm probably just not the person to go to. What do you do when you get tired of doing the inner work daily, but taking action still triggers you? You do inner work, right? Like that's just an excuse. Like you can't say, I'm tired of doing inner work. Like if nothing is actually changing and you're not actually healing your triggers, then number one, you're maybe not doing something that's effective for you. So I would change up the modality. But at the end of the day, like that's an excuse. You know what I mean? Like I have done inner work consistently for over 10 years. I take breaks. Yes. I take months of breaks, but when I want to change shit, I will go in. Like I've been on a very, very deep inner work journey this year. I've been doing Joe Dispenza in the morning, inner child at night, every day, and shit's shifting in my business. Like I am changing the freaking hologram. And I wish I could give you guys another way to reprogram and heal and get everything you want. But this is the method. This is how you do it. And if you don't want to take 20 minutes to reprogram your subconscious mind and get everything that you want, then I can't help you. Like I literally can't. And so you have to want it for you. And that's that. I'm going to make a quick assumption about you if you listen to Alignment Academy, the podcast, that ever since you were little, you just had this deep feeling that you were meant for big things in this world. You weren't here to be ordinary, but you were here to be a mover and a shaker. Hi, I'm Kristen, and same. Except for years, I was self-sabotaging because even though I felt in my soul that I was here to do extremely big things, I could not stop procrastinating, self-sabotaging, feeling massive amounts of imposter syndrome, and don't forget getting triggered as fuck every single day of my life. And honestly, I didn't know what to do. And then I found inner work. I found energy healing. I found all of the modalities that I still use today. The spiritual tools that I use feel like I found a hack to this universe. Like, the rules don't apply to me because I know how to shift my vibration. I know how to reprogram my subconscious mind. I know how to give myself any beliefs that I want to believe about the world, like money comes easy to me and the rules don't apply to me and I don't need a real job. These are all just beliefs that I believe about myself. If you're similar to me, you know you have a big mission, but you know it's also time to get out of your own way and heal your blocks for good so you can actually just take action on your mission. This is why I created Alignment Academy, the membership. Inside this membership, you are going to get everything from live coaching sessions with me monthly, all of my best-selling heart work meditations and hypnosises. You're going to get all of my energy healing activations to do energy work on yourself anytime you want. Not to mention, as soon as you enroll, you get a library of 9 past masterclasses and 8 on-demand meditations. But the very best part is the people in the community. This is some of the most heart-centered, amazing humans I've ever come in contact with. Honestly, people have made friends in this group. They've met up in person in this group. It's the place to be. This is seriously the only space on the internet that weaves quantum manifestation, inner work, and business to help you quantum leap in your soul's growth and your business growth. If you're serious about healing, getting out of your own way, and taking massive action this year, then join with the link below. See you inside. I don't understand the concept of I am enough. Enough of what exactly? Enough for what you desire. I am enough is like I am worthy of what I want. Worthiness is feeling like I absolutely deserve this. Like, of course I'm worthy of that. Of course, right? So it's like almost this innate feeling of like, yeah, of course I'm going to get that. It should be like, yeah, of course I'm worthy of eating some food. I always eat food. I always have food. Like, of course I'm worthy of that. Lessons you would go back and teach your younger self sooner. This one's from Allison. Hi, Allison. I love you. My retreat girlies, I just got back from Joshua Tree and my retreat girlies actually asked me this. And I'll say the one that I told them is I would fail fast and hard. You know, I saw a quote the other day that was like, how fast would you fail if you knew your success was 10 failures away? And I think that that was such a good quote. It's like a lot of times it's not that the failure is holding you back from success. It's the path to success, right? So you want to think of it as like a soul lesson on the journey. You want to think of it as like a gas station on the way to your vacation, right? You get in the car and you're driving and you have to take some pit stops. And yeah, you got to go spend some money on gas and talk to the weird gas station person. And that's just part of it. That's part of the journey to the ultimate destination of your trip, right? It's like packing too. It's like packing is a shitty part of the trip, but it's part of it. A lot of people, they're so scared to fail. They're so scared to fail. They're so scared shitless to fail. And I'm like, why? Because you make it, you're thinking that if you fail, then you're just a failure. You suck, blah, blah, blah. No, the biggest winners, the biggest people that are successful are the biggest failures. I have failed more times than you guys know. It takes so much ego shedding to have a business. And that's really the thing. This is another lesson I wish I learned sooner is the more you can shed your ego, the more you're going to win on this. It takes so much ego shedding to continue to promote when nobody's buying. It takes so much ego shedding to fail over and over and over again and blindly believe in your mission. It takes so much ego shedding to say, I look cringe, but I don't care. And see your friends and family making fun of you, but not care. Like, it takes a lot, guys. I'm not going to lie. And the more you can let go of your ego and say mission above everything, the more and better you're going to be. The better off you're going to be, the more successful you're going to be. And so I would say fail fast and hard, let go and then let go more. And also, like, you only fail if you quit. The only way you're going to fail is if you quit. If you don't quit, you won't fail. This one's for Joe Dispenza. Regarding manifesting money and abundance, Joe always speaks about just holding the state of having whatever it is that you want and it should be drawn to you. But I'm not sure that it means that I shouldn't do anything in the meantime regarding that specific thing besides just be in the state. He gives examples of when his children manifested things without trying to get involved and how they manifested. I'm sure how to apply this. Perhaps you can give me clarity. Can you relate this to perhaps manifesting $100,000? So, okay, a few things here. Number one, you don't have to just hold the state. You actually have to get into the quantum field and place that potential in there So that means becoming more energy and less matter. That's the act of getting into theta, becoming nothing. And then you're placing that potential in the quantum field. The more you become energy and less matter, the faster it's going to collapse into 3D, because the higher your frequency gets when you become more energy, less matter. Number 2, he always says that you also have to be taking aligned action. So you don't want to just be tuning in. You have to act as if, right? You need to be taking action in your real life as if, whether that's investing in something or donating or being the energy of abundance. And the third is holding the state means being in the frequency. A frequency is just an emotion. So how would you feel? Write down 3 to 4 emotions of how you would feel if you made $100,000 tomorrow. Joy, excited, abundant, worthy. Okay. Are you feeling joy right now? Are you feeling abundant right now? Do you memorize these emotions in your body? Can you pull it up like that? That's how I manifest a lot of money. I know what abundance feels like in my body. And whenever I want it, I just tune in. I love getting a payment. I love it. And I just have memorized it in so many meditations. I've probably done over 300 meditations of just abundance. And I know what abundance feels like in my body, so much so that I am abundance. I am it. I am wealth. I am abundance. And I always know I'll have more than enough. It's just who I am. It's just who I am. So that's my advice for Joe meditations. How to stay consistent with my healing journey: accountability, self-accountability, and working with a coach. I work with a lot of spiritual mentors. I have 2 mentors right now that help me with my inner work. And I would say also keeping your vision on what you want. Maybe your why isn't strong enough if you don't know what you want and you're not staying consistent, but you have to want it. At the end of the day, you have to want it. No one can want it for you. The next one says, if I feel fear when thinking about doing something, is it a sign to go for it? I always say that your highest timeline is resistance plus excitement. When you feel excited about something and you feel that little bit of resistance, that's when you need to go for it, because that is a sign from your highest timeline. And you become the person you want to be by doing things afraid. You're not going to become the person and then not be afraid to do the thing. It's like confidence comes from doing shit before you're ready. That's it. That's it, guys. And so if you want to be confident, if you want to really be on that next level, you got to just act as that person, sometimes even before you're ready, right? There's so many nuances to this: nervous system, capacity. But at the end of the day, if you're not confident and you're waiting to be confident to do the thing, that's not how it works. You got to do the thing and then you'll get confidence. This is the last one I'll do today: how to step into your new self concept where you have your desires. I would say this is back to the frequency and the emotion. So I would say, okay, what do I want? Let's say you want a partner. Okay, how would I feel if I want that partner? Okay, how would I act? I would write down 4 feelings. Okay, how would I act? I would act in public. I would feel present. I would feel elated. I wouldn't be looking around. I would just be enjoying my own presence. Okay, how would I dress? Okay, I would dress in flowy clothes. I would slick my hair back. Okay, do that. I also have a free icon identity challenge that I can link below for if you're wanting to step into a new identity, because honestly, guys, I have mastered creating new identities. Every time I up level, I just create a new identity and I step into it. This sounds beautiful, but the caveat is this is why I shed so much. I said in the beginning, I've shed a lot. I've shed a lot of people. I've shed a lot of places. I've shed a lot of versions of myself. And when you step into a new identity, it's not all good. You have to also let go, which is a lot of the hard stuff. And so it's a lot of just letting go. It's a lot of being that person and trusting in the unknown that whatever is to come, Source is always trying to make your life better, not worse. But sometimes the way to get there is to be able to hold some of those harder things. And so I'm proud of you guys. I gave you some tough love today, but at the end of the day, we do this so we can have the best life we can. And the work is worth it. Even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when we can't see how the end unfolds and we're not sure of what the timelines look like. I want you guys to just know that whatever you're experiencing right now, it's fleeting. It's going to end. It's going to pass. So accept whatever you're feeling. Acceptance is one of the easiest ways to get on your highest timeline. I accept what is. I accept where I am right now, how much money I'm making, my job. When we're in acceptance, we're not in resistance. When we resist, we're not manifesting. We're not living in the present moment. We're not trusting God. We're not trusting the unknown. But when we're in full acceptance, when we're present in our heart, when our hearts are open, when our minds are awake and aware, it's we're that mystic. We flow with life. We know who we are. We know that it's all going to be good, because the truth is it's always been good and it's always going to be good. So I love you guys. This was a fun episode. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for being here with me every week. If this was helpful, and if you love me and if you want the podcast to continue, please rate the podcast 5 stars, leave me a comment, a thumbs up, a review, wherever you're at. Please just give me some engagement. It really does help the episode get out to more people. And I love you guys. Let me know your biggest takeaway. See you in my DMs. See you online. See you in the next episode. And until next time, have an amazing week. Bye.